Alright guys, how you guys enjoyed the wheeling video so far? Hopefully you like it. Anyway, so it's my turn to make dinner. So I've decided to make foil dinner for the trip. You can make this ahead of time because it's so much easier if you do it at home. You know, obviously you have a work service to work with. It's like I said, you can just separate them and then you know what you're gonna put in the foil dinner. Now, my foil dinner is gonna have hamburger patties right here. I use 80-20 on the mix on the ground beef. You can use whatever you have. You can use, you know, 70-30, and again, mine is going to be 80-20. And you can use chicken. You can use ground beef. You can use chop steak, or not chop steak, but cut off steak, or sirloin, anything you want. I use smoked sausage, and I use shrimp because who doesn't like shrimp? And as far as like vegetables or the carbs, I use red potatoes, I use carrots, and I use onions. As far as like the seasoning, I use black pepper, paprika, and can't go wrong with garlic salt. So, and I also use EVOO, or extra virgin olive oil, for the coating. It's pretty simple. Anybody can make it. Like I said, this is one of my favorite food to eat when you go camping or you go trail. And like I said, this time I've decided, you know what, I'm gonna make this because I haven't had this for a while. You can cook it with open fire, as far as like cook it on the trail, or you can also cook it in the oven if you decided to make this at home. If you cook it at home, what I've done in the past, when I cook it in the oven, I use 400 degrees Fahrenheit for the oven, and then I cook it about between 50 to 60 minutes because it's obviously you want to cook all the way. But yeah, so let's start how I make this. So what I do, I just pour the olive oil, really simple, and I use a brush, make sure I coat all the service so none of them will get stick to the foil while you're cooking it. Really simple, guys. Anybody can make this. You don't have to be a chef to cook this, because literally there's nothing to it. Put everything in the foil and cook it. Alright, so I use 1 hamburger patties or 2 hamburger patties, however you want it, and put some smoked sausage, shrimp. You don't have to use shrimp if you don't like shrimp. And put onion. Put some carrots. As far as like portion wise, you do whatever you want, And potatoes. Now, I use red potatoes because it cooks a little bit faster, or it feels like it cooks a little bit faster. And yeah, so I use red potatoes instead of regular potatoes. You chop it up into little pieces because obviously it'll cook faster. Seasoning, pretty simple. Just use black pepper, just a little paprika, depending on how much heat you want to have on your food. And garlic salt. That's it, guys. How simple is that? Anybody can make it. So, alright, so we're done. You just fold it. Make sure you crimp the edges so nothing falls out. All the goodness, all the juices when you guys are cooking it. Like I said, make sure you close it really tight. And voila, done. How simple is that? Now, since I make this ahead of time for the trip, you want to freeze it overnight, so that way, if you don't have, if you only use a cooler to make sure that stuff doesn't fill, you can always put another layer of foil. And again, just because you don't want to spill stuff while you're cooking it, because this is really simple to make, and everybody loves it. And yeah, so this is it. Simple as that. Alright, so we're gonna cook it with the open fire at the campsite, and hopefully everyone likes it or enjoy it. And yeah, so thanks for watching.